We want to bring back on our colleague, our dear contributor, Donya Abu Sitta, who had to travel again a long distance to access stable, reliable internet in Gaza. Donya, it's so good to see you. Can you hear us?
See you. Hello?
Excellent. Hi, hi, hi. So it's a little choppy, but we'll make it work.
Yes, about you.
Donya, tell us about the last few days in Gaza, what it's been like in the wake of the ceasefire, and what you've been noticing, what you've been seeing, what people are telling you about finally being able to return to their neighborhoods. Oh, we might have lost her.
Yeah,
Still
it's
so
been a
hard.
struggle. It's been a struggle to get the connection. We'll try again because we really want to talk to Dunya, and it's so important to keep people in Gaza front and center and to hear them through every way that we can. And we're proud that from the very beginning of this horrific genocide, we've been able to be a platform for them, whether it's through live interviews or through the fantastic articles we publish, including by Dunya or by the other kinds of reporting we do. So we're just going to see if we can connect with Dunya. We'll give it here we go.
Are you with us, Donya?
Hello?
Hi.
Do you hear me?
Yes, finally. That's a great connection. So tell us a little bit about what the last few days have been like for you.
Right.
Now, finally, after 470 days, I can call myself as a survivor. I witness for every crime in this war, and it's shameful to see all these victims without and while I'm unable to do anything. Now, I will share you a poem which reflects the reactions of my students when they hear that there is a ceasefire in next 2 days.
Dunya, do you want me to read it? I'll read it. Okay, sorry, I have to put my glasses on. A child, grown old before his time, asked me, his voice trembling, "What does a ceasefire mean?" I want to shout, "It's just a mockery." Yet in his eyes a glimmer of hope I see. I answer, "The machines of death will cease. No more missiles will pierce the skies with ease. The war will pause, but at what price?" He responds, "Will no one die?" His heart filled with fright. I want to say, "Yes, peace will take flight." But then I saw the truth, so dear and bright. There's death in There's death in want, in cold, and in the night. Another child asks, his voice filled with pain, about tomorrow, about playing again, about the life that war has stolen from him.
That I think really captures what we'll try again to get Dunya back. But to me, that really captures the sort of maelstrom of different emotions, joy, celebration, and yet the wounds haven't healed. The destruction is immense. Getting back to any kind of normal life just seems like a monumental challenge. I think people are proud of themselves that they survived this, and yet at the same time, you think of the trauma and the fear of children who are half the population in Gaza, who many of whom, the majority, I mean, 15 months is a long time for anyone, but for some of these children, it's most of their life. And that's just extraordinary to think about, having spent most of their lives in this genocide.
It is. It is. Donya, okay, are you back? Excellent.
Yes,
Okay, we read your poem. It
I'm
was
sorry.
beautiful.
The internet is bad connection, so it's interrupt many times,
It's
and
okay.
I will continue. But okay,
Please.
I cannot remember where I was.
We
I
just
will
read your poem.
read
Yeah.
the poems. Yeah. A child grown old for his times asked me, his voice trembling, what does a ceasefire mean? I want to shout, it's just a murky. Yet in his eyes, a glimmer of hope I see. I answer, the machines of death will cease. No more muscles will rest the skies with ease. The war will pause, but at what price? He responds, will no one die? His, his heart filled with flight. I want to say, yes, peace will take flight. But then I saw the truth, so clear and bright. There is death in want, in cold, in night. Another child asked me, his voice filled with pain, about tomorrow, about playing again, about life that war has stolen from him.
It's beautiful.
Thank you, Dunya. And that poem was
Actually,
inspired
these
by, yeah. I wanted to ask, that poem was inspired by the children you work with. You're a teacher. Tell us more about how your children, the children you teach, have been reacting to the ceasefire in the last few days. Tell us more about what they've been going through since the ceasefire.
yes, let us at the beginning. Yes, let us take a tour for the first day of the ceasefire. Let's take a flashback. On Sunday, 8:30 p.m., the ceasefire was supposed to stop. But does Israeli adhere to international agreement? Surely not. At 9:30 a.m. in Rafah city, which is the south city in Gaza Strip, a small child was walking in the street, and the tank was shouted and targeted him. Another man tried to help him, but also all trending, targeting, continue on everywhere in the place, and the child was killed. Let's see these videos for people who returning to Rafah city.
I don't know if we have the video. Oh, there. Okay, here we go.
They are people returning to Rafah city, which all destroyed. Every building, every home, every street was destroyed. There is nothing support or help people to live in this city. And to rebuild the city, it will take more times than we can imagine.
Donya, in terms of the first few days since the ceasefire, are you seeing people being able to finally purchase regular items in the markets again? Are people able to buy food? Are people able to restore their water tanks and once again get clean water for themselves and their children? What are you seeing in terms of the impact that the United Nations said that there had been I think more than 2,400 aid trucks that have come in since Sunday. Are you seeing any impact of that on the ground?
Yeah, there is a bad impact, or actually, it's ensure that's painful impact for people who return to their homes and they found their kids or sons killed under the rubbles, and they take their student loans and burn them. And also in another side, there is people finding alive. Um, it's feel like there is two completely opposite lives in Gaza. Some people find lives in somewhere, and another lost life because they maybe lost their children, their homes, their dreams, and so on. And also, we called it a ceasefire. But in my opinion, I feel that it's a joke. In the first hours of that support, there is a ceasefire. There are many targeting. One of them was a car targeting in the middle of Khan Yunis, which I displaced near to my place. And then after that, they announced that the ceasefire will start on 11:15, and the past day they announced that it will start on 8:30, and people know that and start working and returning to their homes from 8:30, and then they shouted them and claimed that the ceasefire will start on 11:15.
Dunya, are you seeing any aid coming into Gaza? Are you seeing more food, more medicine, tents? Is that now coming into Gaza where you are? Are you seeing any impact from more aid coming in?
Until now, not. Until now, not. But there is organizations that tell us they give the ads, and they didn't to give it to people around me because it takes time to start these operations.
And are people able to, I mean, uh, we heard that a lot of people returned to the areas where they were living before the war. Are people still, are they staying in those areas, or are they coming back to the tent camps that they were living in when they were displaced during the war?
Surely there is no family lives in Rafah city, but many families return to Rafah city just to take it over. Is the home stand, or it is damaged or destroyed or completely or partly? But then they return to the area that they which is displaced in. For example, there is a Hamoud families. When he returned to the homes, he was searching under the rubble for anything they can found. His father outside asking him what you can find in under the rubble. He told his father that he is find his t-shirt and some clothes of them and so on. And his father asked him to research for a specific t-shirt, which is a green t-shirt, because it's a special one for him, and he loved him so much. And also at the same time, he after a seconds asked him just to search for a specific or an important document or papers, and after that he must to get out quickly because maybe the rubble fell on him and he injured and harmed himself. So the father asked the sons just to bring the important documents, and if you documents, and if you didn't find it, leave quickly because I don't want you to injure or harm yourself.
Dunya, it's, I'm sure that people are going through extraordinary emotions, happy that the bombing has stopped, but discovering the scale of the destruction, finding, as you said, loved ones who may be under the rubble. And there are going to be many difficult stories and days ahead. And we hope that you will continue to come back regularly to tell us about them, both on the live stream and in your writing at the Electronic Intifada. I want to say on behalf of all of us how much admiration we have for you, for your family, for all of your colleagues in Gaza who continued to work during this horrible genocide to keep us informed and to share your stories with the world. We appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts, and we send our love to you and especially to all the children that you work with. We send them all a big hug and a big kiss from all of us.
I thank you so much, but also I wanted to tell another story also for people, two families in Jabalia. The two families entered to an argument about the remains of a human body. Each family was climbing the for his sons, and there is a third one come and he said this remains for us because it's one of him relatives, and there is a ring in his in his finger, and he searched in the remains and find the ring, and he take the remains to burn their relatives. And the two other families start to an endless journey to search about their sons who killed under the rubble, and they didn't know anything. So people here in Gaza start a painful war, more than bombing and targeting, because they are now searching for a body of their lives, a body of their relatives, because they don't any things about them. Just this, they are missing. There are more than 10,000 people are missing here in Gaza, and no one know anything about them.
It's
Dunya, yeah,
extraordinarily painful.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
extraordinarily painful, and we're grateful to you, Dunya, for sharing these stories. And thank you also for traveling a long distance to come and talk to us today. And we look forward to talking to you again very soon, Dunya.
Me too.
Please be safe in the meantime, and thank you. And we will see you again very, very soon. And give our
Thank
best to
you
all
so
of your
much.
family.
Thank you, Dunya.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
Dunya.
and we send
Please
love
take care.
for everyone watch this stream.
Thank you.
Thank you, and see you later.
See you soon, Dunya.